Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Weather Nerds channel. I'm meteorologist Greg Majeski, your host for this edition, as I've got a new update for the winter weather season, hot off the presses from the Climate Prediction Center. And looking at the map currently, well, we're looking at what can basically be best described as a typical El Nino winter. And we say that means the areas here in the orange, the northern tier of the United States, are looking at conditions where they're going to be sitting above average with the temperature. But areas in the south either probably looking at seasonable to maybe slightly below average, and that's mostly being driven by the fact that they're expecting more cloud cover and a greater chance of precipitation, all because of the influence and the impacts from El Nino. Now, if you don't know exactly what El Nino is, let me explain that for you. The textbook definition of El Nino is the warm phase of the El Nino Southern Oscillation, and it's associated with a band of warm ocean water that develops in the central and east central equatorial Pacific, including areas of the Pacific coast right along the area of South America. And that's that zone right in here. Now, for the last couple of years, we've been in a La Nina pattern when the water temperatures here have been below average. And the reason why they're above average right now is because the trade winds have weakened. They're not getting that pushed off toward the west. So the water just kind of pools here and it causes it to warm. Now, what that's going to mean for us across the United States is that we're going to have a wetter pattern as the jet stream is going to be a little more active here. The southern tropical jet stream will be a little more active here and will bring wetter conditions across the south and drier conditions further off toward the north. So as a result of this El Nino pattern, we're obviously going to expect wetter conditions across the southeast. And you can see this here in the latest outlook where a big part of the south and southeast looking at above average precipitation chances. We're looking at below average up here toward the north, but pretty much seasonable for everywhere else. The other thing we look for in an El Nino season, and based off the current weather patterns, is the possibility of big northeastern snowstorms. So we could get low pressures to actually form along the Gulf Coast, and then they track up the eastern seaboard here, and that could dump some pretty impressive snows across areas of New England down into the mid-Atlantic. So that's something I'll be watching very closely as we get further into the winter season. That's the latest outlook. Again, if you love my channel, please subscribe to it, hit that notification button, and that way you can get alerted when I update and load in some new content. You guys take it easy. See you next time.